Family, it's your boy, Lamont Faison, back with another episode of You Versus Yourself podcast, where the truth and you collide. Lately, I've been getting a lot of phone calls about people not forgiving themselves, walking around with a lot of guilt and shame. And that comes about because people have made mistakes in the past, and you have not let it go. You have not gotten rid of the shame and the guilt. There's two reasons for that. First, guilt is the emotion we feel when we do or think we have done something wrong. Shame is an inner sense of being basically bad, inadequate, defective, or unworthy. Sometimes it is how we see and feel about ourselves. Why is this important? Because if you continue to walk around like that, you will never become the best version of yourself because you're being beaten down by your guilt and your shame. The first thing that I want to tell you that I have never met anybody who was flawless. I have never met anybody who hadn't made mistakes. The difference between those who move forward from those mistakes and those who dwell in it is night and day. If you're still dwelling on it and you're still thinking about it and it's still prohibiting you from getting to the next level of your life, then that is what we call a thinking error or cognitive distortions. You're beating yourself up on something that you cannot control from your past, and you have brought it in to your present. Interesting thing about psychology and the brain. If you continue to stay in that trauma of your past and keep going back and dealing with those negative feelings, the brain does not know the difference between the present and the past. Every time you go back and drum up those negative feelings, the brain believes it's in the present. And you keep re-traumatizing yourself every time you dwell in the past. It's significant, and it is essential for you to comprehend what that is. Those, again, are thinking errors, cognitive distortions, not looking at the situation accurately. And as a result, our outcome is negative. So how do I change from feeling a certain way about the things that I've done in my past? You have to forgive yourself first. You can't continue to trot along with that thing hanging on your chest like a bag of bricks. You must forgive yourself. Then, if need be, you need to go apologize to the person. They do not have to accept your apology, but go back and apologize. That's to get it off your conscience. That is to be genuine and sincere in your heart. Sincerely sorry that I hurt you. If they do not accept it, it is okay. It is not for you to get an attitude because it is their freedom to choose if they are going to forgive you or not. However, that does not mean I have to stay and dwell in the past. Once I've asked for forgiveness, then I'm going to move forward. Okay. There's a couple of things you have to do first. That is, admit to yourself what you did was a bad choice. So that means that's going to call for honesty. That's going to cause for you to show some integrity. That's going to cause for you to be transparent with yourself. 2, again, forgive yourself. You got to do that. We already talked about apologizing if it's appropriate. And if they forgive you, great. If they don't, you still move forward. Then you have to decide that I'm going to make good choices from here on out. I am going to be impeccable with my word, according to the 4 agreements. I'm going to not take things personal. I'm going to stop making assumptions. And I'm going to always do my best. Why is this important? Because I'm now turning over a new leaf. I'm operating and function with a new model now. I am no longer blaming people, mad at people, enraged about people. I am now my own man and I am transformed. I am now on the new trajectory of my life. Remember, it's not about what other people think about you. It's going to be about what do you think about yourself. Don't allow other people to make you feel guilty about your past. About a week ago, somebody tell me, well, it's some other guys, back in the day, they was feeling a certain way about you. So what? What does that have to do with me? Absolutely nothing. That sounds like a personal problem for them. I can't hold on to other ideas or other opinions about me. And you don't need to hold on to other people's opinion about you, especially when you're moving forward to doing the right thing. It is easy for people to keep you in your past. Hey, Lamont, you know what, man? You remember you used to be a cheater? You remember when you used to do this? Remember when you got kicked out of the military? Yes. But do you remember that I graduated from college with honors? Do you remember I wrote a book? Do you remember I started my own business? I have something to come back those things with. It is now positive. It is time to turn over the new leaf. Forgive yourself. Move forward. Become the best version of yourself. Now remember, forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you. It is your release mechanism. It is that thing that's going to allow you to free yourself from mental incarceration. Get those bricks off your chest. Let's move forward. Become the best version of yourself. Once again, I am Lamont Faison, and you know what I always say, being calm is cool.